that leads us back as well to getting the role of Bayek, like sort of that feeling of getting that type of role and like having that be yours.
It was, again, I cannot express to you how magical and great it was. I even to this day say like it was one of the best calls. It was like the audition process was a lot easier than Raised by Wolves. Raised by Wolves I had like 9 rounds, whereas with Assassin's Creed I think it was 2. But it was still the most stressful of waiting to hear whether I got it or not.
Yeah.
You know, it was like the 2 weeks were the longest 2 weeks of my life, waiting after the audition and waiting to hear whether I got it or not. And the feeling cannot be trumped. Even, you know, even being in House of the Dragon, like I love House of the Dragon, don't get me wrong, it's amazing, it's great, and it's such a cool show and cool place to be in, right? Getting the Assassin's Creed role was still to this day that feeling. It will never be trumped.
I was in university when the first one came out, Assassin's Creed 1, and I still remember even at the time, like, it's weird how you just watch a trailer for something and you just sort of think like this game is just going to open up so much.
I know, right?
The fact that you can climb a building
was
just so
cool,
innovative and fun. And then the fact that like we're so many years on now, and we're like, you know, and it's still that electricity of Assassin's Creed is still there. Was there, like, in terms of motion capture, was there like any challenges that you had with it, or?
I found it really liberating. I found it actually still to this day, like performance capture and motion capture is very much a liberating process because it challenges you as the actor to be a kid again, because nothing looks like it's. You have to ride on imagination. Yeah. Normally with like on a TV, like on TV, film, or even at the stage, you've got something that resembles, you know, either an ashtray or a chair or a table. Like these are your anchor points if that's how it looks like. Whereas with motion capture, nothing looks like ancient Egypt. You've got no idea. So you have to really pull from that place of being the kid and being like, I can see the pyramids of ancient Egypt. This stick is my sword. You know, like you've got to pull this stuff from your mind. And as an actor, that's like really fun. Oh my gosh, because it's like, this is my sword. It isn't a sword that was created by props or anything like this. This is actually my sword. Yeah. It feels great. So I would say like, you know, but there was, you know, some actors do find that quite challenging. So I would say that those weren't really necessarily my challenges. I'd say like they were my, you know, my
those enjoyment. Those were just what you loved about it.
I loved about it. I'd say the, you know, the one thing that definitely was challenging was when you're, because doing the voice work and doing the sort of the recordings of all the voiceover lines for Bayek, be it either in performance capture or in the booth, I feel like we had to almost push it a bit, which is a bit annoying because there is, you know, you now look at like the level of what Last of Us have done and you know, and even with Hellblade where it's almost filmic, the acting, because the tech allows you to kind of go that far. Oh my gosh, yeah. And it's like, and that's what I wish we could have done a bit more with Assassin's Creed. But again, I had a great time with it.
Yeah, we're just living in the evolution of everything.
This is it.
Freaking Kojima's collection of people.
Oh my God. Wow.
Just collection of people.
My guy is like literally pulling everyone under the sun. It was insane. At the Game Awards when I was announcing, and I was backstage.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I was backstage at the time. And I'm seeing on the screen Jordan Peele and Kojima on stage. And I'm like, huh? Like, I would have never in a million years thought of this pairing. Yeah. It was amazing. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, this guy really is collecting people like bingo cards. Like, he's literally just ticking them off.
I enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that, like, these two worlds are finally feeling like they're getting validation from each other, like film and games, because I feel like for a long time we've been separate. And, like, with things like The Last of Us, it's been getting us closer, I think, to that sort of synonymous thing of respect from both communities. But I do feel like this incorporation of including like very talented directors in the creative process of game development, has been such a push forward for.
Yeah, it comes down to, and this will be it, and what I believe anyway within the film and TV space and game space, it's about respecting story. Like it truly is. It's about the power of storytelling and what you can do as a medium. And I think like for me, and from what I've from my experience of what I've learning, put it this way, Last of Us is a great example. My team, bar like maybe like one or two agents, had no idea what The Last of Us was.
Wow.
They were like, what is this thing?
Yeah.
Like, this show's come out, it's doing really, really well. The story's great. Like, this is amazing. This is really cool. And I'm like, I've lived with this world for like 10 years, gone through the controversies of like, of Abby and all this sort of stuff. Like, I was in there.
I've been in it.
I've been in it.
Yeah.
So it was very like, I think like with the film industry in particular, they are realizing that yes, games can tell stories and can move people and can actually take you on a journey. And I feel like there's a respect for that. Whereas beforehand, I think the narrative was, oh yeah, games you just turn on to kind of like kill people and then you turn it off. And there's a lot of toxicity and kind of weird negativity there. And with film, it's very closed off. A lot of the time it's very internal, whereas games feels very much community driven, which it should be, and it's good then that front, but then people get scared of that, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I feel like, we're entering a phase now where we're finding the respect for storytelling a lot more powerful and respect for the medium that tells the stories. And that's what connects us here. And this is no shade on Kojima, I love the guy, but like, don't give me a walking sim of a film, right? If you want to make a film, make a film, right? And if you want to make a game, also make a game. But like, if you want, there is a sense of basically, and this is just again my opinion. If you're going to give me a game with a powerful story, at least give me a game and have the story come in afterwards, right? And have that story come in. You can make it in tandem too, but let's look at the game, right?
Yeah.
In the same way with film, like you should lead by the visual storytelling rather than necessarily trying to hit the zeitgeist, right? And I think that's there is a respect for the artists who see that within all mediums, be it either you're a painter or a game developer or a musician or a director. Yeah. It's all about respecting the medium, but also having a love for story. Yeah. And having that story respect the medium in which you're telling it in.